I don't know.
But I mean, after the cannon, like when when the natural nexus got up for Wookiee, right? He had way more probes than Bisu, I'm pretty sure. So even though he lost a lot of mining time, I think he was at least even, if not ahead, economy-wise. So all he had to do was stop the continued cannon rush on his natural, and he would have been fine. I don't know. Anyways, are you ready with the game 4 VOD?
Yep.
All right, starting in three, two, one, go. So, looks like we are going to have Best versus Hoja here, a PvZ on Jade, the pretty standard map, or I guess the most standard map in the new map pool. Anyways, so Best's PvZ recently has been looking quite scary. Of course, you know, previously he was known for his PvT, and his PvZ was not terrible, but definitely not that good. But recently he's been taking down big names like Effort, and I think he took down, excuse me, he took down Jaedong in like week 1 or 2 or something like that. Anyways, um, well, we're gonna see what he can do against Hoja. Hoja, on the other hand, was it? Isn't it? Isn't it Hoja's fault that we didn't get to see Flash play the last time? Yeah. So the last time these teams met, Hoja played in set 4 against Bai Sun, I believe, and he got himself into like a pretty good position. He had a definite advantage in the game, and then he just like completely, I don't even know what he did, but he lost from
I
a
saw that
really
game.
nice position. And if he had won, we would have seen Flash versus Fantasy in Game 5, which would have been so amazing. Like, I was so when he got himself into the advantage in that game, I was so happy. I was like, yes, Hoja, you actually have done something right with your life. Like, you're gonna allow us to see Flash versus Fantasy in the deciding game. And then he just died, and I was extremely disappointed. Um, so
He was actually crying out of game. He had a decent advantage,
Man, he should have
and he
been
threw it away.
crying. If he wasn't crying, I would have like gone and beaten him up and made him cry. That was such a disappointment. Anyway, I was gonna say something else. Oh yes, he's being played in. I mean, this is the exact same situation. Well, not exactly, but more or less the same situation. It's game 4. You know, his team's down 1-2, and it's up to him to take it to game 5. Unfortunately for KT, they've already used Flash, which means, oh, I guess no, they haven't used stats yet though. So I guess they're saving stats for Game 5. Um, and SKT, I don't know. They still have Sun. They still have who else do they still have? Fantasy. I guess it will be Fantasy or Sun playing against stats in Game 5. I'm trying to think which one would be better. You might want to play Fantasy just because PvP is kind of iffy. Hmm. Hmm.
I'm
Eh.
actually surprised.
Go ahead.
KT's draw.
Yeah.
It's a little risk, but I think they're really trying to 3-0 or 3-1.
Wait, 3-0? But they sent out like Wookiee and I guess Action's not terrible, but
I think they made you. I think they were trying to snipe someone. With Wookiee.
yeah, maybe.
Why, I don't know. Why else would a rookie, a rookie, like Wookiee for gaming? I don't know.
I mean, I think if they were actually planning to catch I mean, they might have actually been planning to try and catch Bisu in Game 3. Because the PvP, clearly his one weakness. So maybe Wookiee actually had like a fancy build planned, and then he just gets cannon rushed. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Kiet, reminding me that Best also beat Hydra in PvZ. So Best has beaten, that means Best has beaten Jaedong, Hydra, and I thought he beat Effort, but maybe I was wrong about that. But Jaedong on Hydra is certainly impressive enough. Anyway, he looks like he's just going for a standard Forge Fast Expand here. And the Overlord of Hoja is going southwards, so not going in the correct direction. Looks like we have... Is that an overpool? Perhaps. There's the crowd in the back.
I think that was an overall.
There is Reach looking very strange. That is extremely creepy. What the heck? Alright, anyway, there's the Forge, and looks like he's going to send out the second probe to scout as well, doing the safe double scout. And alright, nothing. Oh, good.
Map is Jade. It's really bad. Just from looking at it, it's really bad DVP. And I even looked at the stats, like 1-4 for ZVP. So this is the worst DVP map you could play on. So
You're just QQing because you're a Zerg player. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do here.
this map is horrible. It is. It's so bad. For Zerg. This is like the TBT.
Is there like a particular reason?
Well, it's mainly because Protoss can hold their third really easily. It's close to their natural, and they have it's blocked off at the ramp. And
but
even
I mean,
if there's like a positional
how is?
disadvantage, like
But it's not that much different from Fighting Spirit, though. And would you say Fighting Spirit is particularly Protoss favored in PvZ?
I would say it's a little bit more Protoss favored, but
You're walking a fine line here, man.
off.
See,
It's
you see what I'm trying to
completely
do?
blocked
I'm
off
trying to get you to say Fighting Spirit's imbalanced. That would just like invalidate everything else you say.
No, I don't think it's imbalanced. It's
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Anyways, looks like Hoja's just made 2 Zerglings. He's taking his third base at the bottom left natural. And that means Best is going to be able to make just the 1 cannon at his front, which is all good. Going to keep running around with this probe guy.
I was actually surprised that he cannon towards Nexus. Usually don't see that.
Oh, did he? I wasn't even paying attention. Guess he's playing super
Yeah,
safe.
I'm pretty sure.
Looks like probe almost getting taken down here. Is that Zergling? It's going around. It's trying to intercept. Oh, 1 more hit. Or maybe 2 more hits. 1 more hit. 1 more hit. Boom. Scanning probe finally gets taken down. Looks like nothing else fancy going on. Lair has started. There's a Cybernetic score at the kind of hidden there at the top right. It looks like Best actually just built a pylon way up there in the corner just so he could hide his tech. But there's no Overlord in his main base anyway, so turns out it doesn't actually matter. But yeah, just making it a little bit harder for Hoja to see what he's up to. And looks like second gas is just finishing up now as well. Third hatchery done for Hoja. He's got a few more links coming out now. Just 4 links though, so I think that gives him 6 links in total. Looks like he started his Spire. And Best playing it safe, using a Zealot and a probe to block up his wall, building a Citadel, and we already saw the Stargate, so both players just playing very standard so far.
Yeah, what Hoja's going for, he's going for just the really basic 5-hatch build. It's when you just go 12-hatch, and then another hatch team, another expansion. And then you can eventually take your forecast after you layer and get your Spire up. But we should see Hoja adding his 4th hatchery soon. But this is pretty much really standard. Actually, Best got his second guys are a little bit quicker, so I think he will have a day out.
Yeah, it looks like Hoja
He actually had a rally.
Yeah, Hoja messed up a rally. He's also got a decent number of links at the front. Looks like something like 12 links now at the front. He's hiding 6 of them, kind of towards the middle of the map. He's got the other 6 poking around at the front. But another probe does get into his base anyway. He's going to see the Spire there. It saw the 4th hatchery there at the natural, and there is the 5th hatchery at the bottom left natural as well. And it looks like we have 2 Stargates coming out from Best. Going for a 2 Stargate build, 2 Stargate Corsairs.
And this is why he got the Geyser up really quick, so that he could do this build along with the Citadel. It's actually a really smart thing to do if you can hide that second Stargate. Because if you put that Stargate in the corner, Scorch aren't going to be able to scout it. Because that's the first thing Zerg builds when they get their Spire up.
There are
There's a
Bisu and
Scorch
Flash,
and a
the
Scout.
ace players of their respective teams. And there is the probe trap in the back of the main mineral lines. Of course, that is intentional. He will use that to stack his Corsairs, much like Zergs use Overlords to stack their mutas. And it looks like a bunch of speedlings are running around in the middle of the map. That's actually, oh my god, he actually got burrow. He has burrowed a bunch of speedlings at the front of the Protoss base. This is very, very fancy. Wow, I'm not 100% sure what he's thinking now. Is he just gonna like wait for the Protoss army to come out and unburrow underneath them and maybe snipe some Templars? I think that actually that might be really, really smart. Because basically what happens when you kind of A-move your Protoss army across the map, the High Templars are much slower than the other units, so they kind of lag behind a little bit. So the Lings can actually just pop up and snipe the Templars in the back. But it looks like the Corsairs are going to take down the Overlords here, allowing the DT to get into the main. The drones all burrow to defend themselves, so Hoja reveals the fact that he has burrow. I'm not really sure if that was the best idea right there to show that he has that, but it looks like DT is going to get into the main here. The slow Overlord is trying to run in. 2 drones do get taken down by the DT. He's got, looks like 4 drone kills altogether right now, and just everything is burrowed. Hoja, I think he's got more burrowed units than unburrowed units. Looks like he now unburrows all the drones at his main. His third base is still mining okay, but actually if the Corsairs go over there, there's no Hydras over there, so Best could actually just take out that base, I think. Looks like, oh, he does have a decent number of Hydras now at his natural, though. He's going to be able to defend that. I think he really should get a Spore up at each natural. And look at this, a ton of cannons actually being made at the front of Best's base. Just a little bit scared of a counterattack. But there's no counterattack coming, as we can see. Hoja just going to turtle up a little bit here. And I'm not sure, do you think all those cannons were actually necessary? I mean, he can see with the Corsairs exactly what's going on, right?
Yeah, I think the reason why he built those is because he saw he just kept adding Hydras, and he still sees with these Corsairs that he's not adding drones. He's just gonna keep adding Hydras. So these cannons are actually gonna help him a lot. All he has to do is keep adding Corsairs and just delay for his storm, and he's actually ahead right now.
And there are so many burrowed lings on the map, just like waiting to jump out and snipe some Templars. And, oh, looks like a couple of Overlords going to get killed here at the natural. Oh, there's one DT actually waiting to go in here. Overlord speed still not finished. Man, he really needs that OB speed at this point. There is Best looking focused. The Hydra's moving in now. Those borrowed links have actually just not done anything useful this game. It's quite fancy, and I guess the borrow did kind of help save some drones. But, well, I mean, it's not terrible. Burrow's pretty cheap, so that's fine. It's like, of course, they're just going to come down here to the third. Snipe another couple of Overlords. But Overlord speed is done now, so Hoja should be okay against any more DT shenanigans. Looks like Gateway at the front gets taken down. Oh, hold position Hydra is going to lose 2 of those guys. And the DT is now going down to the bottom left base. Is there? Oh my god, there's actually no Overlord even in production. No Overlord going down here. Hoja, he should see it though. He's just borrow all the drones. Yes, there he does. Nice use of the borrow. Going to lose just 2 of the drones, and going to have to wait for an Overlord to come down here and help out there. Looks like a bunch of Zealots like running around in the main. I'm not sure what's going on there. Is he like scared of a Doom drop or something? That's a little bit weird.
He's actually, Best is playing really smart right now. He knows he's ahead, so he's just like waiting so he can get some units out.
Yeah.
He's just scouting everywhere. It's pretty much the only way he can lose right now if he does get Doom drop.
Oh my god, that hatchery. That hatchery, looks like it might go down. The Overlord is coming in. It's gonna be so close. Oh my god, it's like 170 HP left. It's got like 4 shots left on it. I think he's gonna take down the hatchery. The hatchery is going to go down. Oh my god, Hoja loses his 3rd base. Devastating blow, but now the units are moving out, and there's the Unburrow. He's going to snipe the High Templars, as I said. Is he going to get the other High Templar? He's going to go for it. The Storm gets off, but it doesn't matter. He gets the High Templar, and he can just re-burrow those Zerglings as well. So nice move there by Hoja.
That was so nice.
Indeed, very, very cool. He still has a second group of Zerglings to do that with, so that's going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. But, you know, having killed that hatchery, Best is definitely in a very nice position right now. Looks like Hoja's going to leave the drones there and distance mine to that other hatchery. Of course, just kind of due to the map architecture, that hatchery is quite far away from the mineral lines. On some other maps, like that hatchery would be a lot closer. I remember... What game was it? I don't know, there was some game I remember where, like, The main hatchery got sniped, but it didn't matter because there was another hatchery just right next to it. Anyway, a bunch more lings are borrowed here. 3 lings borrowed at the third, denying Best from taking that. Very, very annoying. Annoying move by Hoja there. And there's another High Templar. Is he going to use the lings? He could just run in with the Hydras and snipe it as well. No, it looks like he's going to back up with the Hydras. He could unburrow those lings and snipe the probe, though. That'd be quite good. And looks like, oh, there is the unburrow on the lings. Isn't quite as effective this time, of course, because Best is aware of this now, so playing a little bit more carefully. And he does have the Observer as well, but it looks like a lot of Hydras and a Lurker there. And, oh, I think that was a missed burrow on the Hydras. Hoja messes up on the control a little bit. Burrows something like 6 of his Hydras by accident when he only meant to burrow the Lurkers. Bit of a miscontrol. And just gets completely stomped there in that fight. Meanwhile, I think he did actually unburrow the lings at the third base, so that's going to slow down a little bit more. But how is he going to defend himself from this huge army that's coming down? No, it looks like Best is just going to go back and try and protect his third base. But he's got a huge supply lead right now. 110 supply for Best against just a 60 supply for Hoja. And look at this, Hoja just actually not even replacing that hatchery. He's just going to keep distance mining. That is, not very nice. Best macro, though, failing him a little bit. He's up to like 1,500 minerals, or he was just now. Which is a little bit surprising considering he's kind of known for his macro. But I guess he keeps getting denied at that third base, so it's a little bit more understandable. Anyway, he's running out now with a lot of Zealots. He needs the High Templars to do some storms, though. There's a lot of clumped Hydras. Oh, huge storm on all those Hydras. Hoja is in serious trouble, and he knows that he's down to 40 supply against 115 for Best. It looks like it's going to be another 3-1 SKT victory. Flash, the only one who can bring home a win for his team, unfortunately. Stats this time, the one who is not able to play a game. And it looks like the attack is coming down now on Hoja's natural. He's just got a bunch of Overlords. They're not even running away. He's got no Sunken. He's got a wall there, a nice Sim City, but he's got no Sunkens behind it to help him out. And there's a lot of Dragoons there anyway. This is probably going to be game over for Hoja. And there's the GG. Best closes out the series 3-1. SKT is victorious once again in the war between the telecoms. So, nice job, Best. Showing that he actually does know how to PvZ now. And don't go anywhere, guys, because we are going on to the next match, which I believe is Team 8 versus Air Force Ace. So yeah, just sit tight for a second, and we'll go on to those games. Actually, I don't even know if the VODs are up for those, though. I hope they're up. Ay. Okay, so there's no Team 8 versus Ace in the small VOD thread. Oh, looks like somebody links it though. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.